Initiating weekly entertainment brought to you by Extra Rad. Boys Meet Film will begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Enjoy.
Hi, welcome to Boys Meet Film. My name's Michael, and these are my boys,
Matt, Sean.
And today we are talking about the latest Marvel movie, Thunderbolts, which, if I might add, was pretty nuts.
Whoa.
This one's going to be nuts.
Very nuts.
So nuts.
So nuts. This movie is directed by Jake Schreier, who directed 6 episodes of Beef.
Great
He directed a movie called, is it Robot and Frank?
I think it's Frank and Robot.
Frank and Robot. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen that movie. And yeah, the cast has the usuals. Florence
Pretty
Pugh.
stacked for a Marvel film.
Yeah, pretty stacked
Stacked
for a Marvel.
cast.
I feel like a lot of those Marvel films are pretty stacked.
I can't remember another Marvel film that has a stacked cast like that.
Yeah. Yeah, nothing's quite coming to mind.
Nothing's really popping out to me on like...
This is the most stacked Marvel there is.
They're the new Avengers.
Whoa, spoilers.
What?
That's been a part of the marketing.
It's part of their marketing.
Now that the movie's out, it wasn't before. That was like a surprise.
Did you guys see the videos?
All the new marketing says it. So
yeah, from now on.
And from now on, this podcast will come out from now on.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
This is going
just one of those little
to
fun
be
facts for
the newsbreaker, this podcast.
Yeah.
This is where the people are getting their news.
We are disrupting the industry here.
Hold on to your pants, because it's a rocky road.
Did you guys see the videos of Sebastian Stan tearing down all of the Thunderbolts posters in LA and putting up new ones that said the new Avengers?
I have seen that.
I only saw the one of Florence Pugh like ripping the...
Oh, she was doing it too?
Oh, that's cool.
It was just like it felt very press toury, and like they had the poster there, and she like ripped the part where it said Thunderbolts, and underneath it said,
"Here's a clip right here.
The new Avengers."
I hate it when you guys give me more editing tasks. This always happens.
So fun to do.
I already have enough editing, Sean. No, there's a really funny video. It's just like somebody like driving in LA and Sebastian stands at like a bus stop, just like a random bus stop, just tearing down posters.
Oh, that's fun.
Pretty cool. I think that's a good marketing
that's fun.
Because you get like some really famous people tearing down movie posters. Like, that's enough.
What more could you want?
Yeah.
I mean, out of content.
Yeah.
You know, right?
And just the pre-tape on the thing that he puts up the new one and then just tapes it down.
Yeah.
Some Sebastian tape and content.
ASMR. You know,
they should have.
Whoa. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's pretty good.
That's Sebastian.
It sounded more like
that,
like glue. I was like
there was glue on it, I think, on the tape.
It's very, it's one of the.
What was Sebastian Stan doing to those posters?
He was getting them up there.
He's sticking them up.
Who else was in this movie? We have
Florence Pugh, Bob, who was played by.
Oh my God, what's his name? I fucking love this guy.
This guy's awesome. He was in
Bad Times at the El Royale,
Top Gun Maverick,
As Bob in
Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They did the same joke. He's like, no, it's
Is
just Bob.
Lewis Pullman?
I'm about to tell you as soon as I figure out.
I'm pretty sure it's Lewis Pullman. You want to bet some money, Sean?
No, it sounds right.
You want to bet some money?
It sounds right.
I think you want to bet.
He's right.
Now I know.
You owe me your life.
No,
That's crazy.
I was agreeing with you, I think.
Mm-mm.
We got
if I had a choice.
We got Florence Pugh, Lewis Pullman, Geraldine that's a tough one.
Let me see.
Viswanathan.
Oh, no.
That's a tough one, dude.
Don't worry, Michael's got it.
Oh, Geraldine Viswanathan? Dude.
I'm sorry, Geraldine.
Come on, man.
A little insensitive, man.
I'm sorry, Geraldine.
I love David Harbour.
Oh, David Harbour.
Yeah, who's
Wyatt
Hopper
Russell.
in 21 Pilots.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, no. Stranger
21
Things.
Pilots.
Sorry, I get those mixed up.
Stranger Things and 21 Pilots, you get mixed up.
Sebastian
David
Stan.
Harbour in 21 Pilots.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty stacked cast.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So, what did you guys think of Thunderbolts comparatively to, the last few runs of Marvel movies?
Oh, I mean, compared to the last few, I think we should look at what those are.
Yeah,
Actually,
actually,
pull
Yeah,
those
can we
up?
pull those up?
Yeah,
But you
let's
guys
pull
hold
those
while
up.
I'm pulling those up. Michael, what did you think of this as a film?
as a film, I thought it was good. I had fun. There was a lot of melodrama in this movie that I'm not particularly a fan of. When there's also a lot of non-melodrama stuff in it, so there's kind of like a weird mix of tones at certain points. And I feel like part of that, is just you have to accept it, for a movie that's supposed to reach as many people as possible. But I think in general, they did a good job. It was very entertaining. And it was a fun night, going out with the boys, seeing a movie.
I had a great time.
At 10:30 on a
the
work night.
10:20 p.m. showing
Yeah.
was a little ambitious.
It did ruin my sleep schedule for
Yeah.
a few days.
Yeah. I've never had a good sleep schedule since forever. So there was a lot of shows in between some of the last Marvel movies, but
Okay.
I believe the Black Widow movie was 2021.
Oh,
And I don't know if that was like the most recent since. I think there was also Black Panther, Wakanda
2.
Forever.
Yeah.
Yep. And then a lot of shows. We had like Hawkeye and
now
Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
So-
and then what was the most
Captain
the newest
America.
Captain
Yeah, the
America,
new Captain
Brave
America.
New World with Red Harrison Ford.
Have you guys seen that?
I did not.
I think
I have-
Sean is the only one who saw it.
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
And-
What's your report on it?
Well, I like Thunderbolts a whole lot better.
Okay.
Is what I'll say about that.
How big is Harrison Ford?
Oh, it depends. What color is he? White or red?
Red.
Yeah.
Giant. A big boy.
Giant.
That movie was so like there's so many silly moments of the president's gonna turn into the Hulk. Which was really fun. It was really funny in Thunderbolts how they like briefly mentioned.
Oh yeah.
that-
Well, our last president turned red, destroying half the city.
It's like we need some order here. Our last president kind of tore it up a little bit out there.
Yeah, there was a lot of like this movie. I thought was a good film, plagued by some just bad moments. Like there was just some writing moments and line delivery that just felt like bad.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of fun elements, and I think one thing that Marvel has been like accused of, or it's kind of like a trope, is like a horrible villain.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the villain in this film was very compelling.
Yeah.
And complex, which was cool to see after all of these like just like forgettable enemies.
Yeah.
So this is cool.
I agree. And we'll get into this a little more in spoilers, but I think with the villain, they left a lot of room to be opened, a lot of doors to go through in the future with him as a character.
Absolutely.
Which is awesome. I really quickly, so
Kind of like a spiral door, a door that just keeps opening more doors.
Yes.
Sorry, continue.
Yes. A door that keeps opening doors. Yeah.
A spiral door too.
A spiral door.
Cut to a clip of a spiral door.
God damn it, guys.
Then they'll know what we're talking about.
That's 2 strikes.
I just kind of want to see what that is. I don't know what that is.
3rd strike, and I'm editing new friends in this podcast.
Ever go to New York and then they got a door that
It's not
like
a spiral door, dude.
yeah, a
It's a
spiral door.
revolving door.
Okay, back on track.
Yeah, what is
Back
a
on
revolve?
track.
A spiral.
No.
All right.
Those
hey.
are interchangeable.
They're not
No,
interchangeable.
guys, no. We're getting on track.
Oh, sorry,
we
Michael.
keep derailing this podcast.
All right, take it away,
This is
Michael.
serious. This is a
yeah,
serious
you're right.
movie.
You're right. I'm sorry.
Sorry,
I'm sorry.
sorry, man. Sorry. Go ahead.
Can't
Go
just
ahead.
be talking about doors and misnaming.
He's the one who said it opens a door.
Yeah,
He started with the doors.
and then you added a dumb thing.
I did.
Okay. Well, it's okay.
I liked it. I thought it was funny.
we all add dumb things to this podcast.
Speaking of dumb things, that was a horrible setup.
What an awesome segue, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, whatever Michael's gonna say.
I mean, this is gonna sound really dumb because I'm not the most up-to-date Marvel guy.
Sure, yeah.
I'm
I don't
not
think any of us are.
I'm not the guy at the end of our screening,
Oh, I can't wait for spoilers.
Yes, I know exactly what's happening.
It's even worse than that. I'm excited to get into it.
We love him.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
love him.
Oh,
we
yeah.
love you guys if
Absolutely.
you're that guy.
Yeah, definitely.
But so does Morbius, Kraven the Hunter, Venom, like those don't count? And
No, because
they're-
it's like Sony.
That's
It's all
Sony's Marvel.
Sony property.
But aren't they a joint?
No,
Really?
They're still like their own thing that they tried.
Mm.
Sony
so I guess
Marvel
maybe those are the
universe.
movies we were missing. But like
Yeah.
they're not like canon, I don't think. Or they were trying to make them canon, and then Sony it just seemed like the movies failed.
Yeah, what the
There's
fuck
a couple
happened?
universes over that those movies
I
are.
have
in.
no idea. But
Because with
yeah.
those, like, the villains suck in those movies.
I didn't even see them.
I
So-
mean, I didn't either.
Yeah.
But
How do you know?
I mean, have you guys seen clips
I've seen
of
clips,
the fucking
yeah, yeah.
rhino guy
Yeah.
in Kraven the Hunter? Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't take a 2.5 hour movie for me to know. Like, that fucking sucks.
Damn. That's crazy. I feel like you
Yeah.
need to watch those.
Yeah, you gotta
I mean,
watch
I'm
it now.
down.
Yeah, that actually would be fun.
Yeah.
A Morbius podcast would be fun.
Oh,
Have you guys seen Morbius?
no.
I have.
How?
Dude, why are you watching all these? When are you watching these?
Yeah.
It was like when they came out. I don't know. Morbius came out years ago.
Hmm.
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 Do you not remember
Anyway,
when
what-
Morbius came
what-
out?
Oh, well,
what
I
are we
was just
getting at?
wondering.
Okay.
Because, yeah, I don't know what direction they were trying to go before this movie. It feels like
Yeah.
there was just like filler
Well, what's
before this
what's
movie.
cool about this film is it seems like they are almost like back on track to
Yeah.
like they have this project and it directly leads into Fantastic Four.
Mhm.
Like that's all over the marketing.
Yeah.
It's like of
Yeah.
this film.
Yeah.
I've also seen a lot of things that say that because of all the backlash they're getting, they are going to pull back on the quantity and focus more on quality,
Thank God.
which is
That's what we
was
wanted all
awesome to
along.
see. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that'd be
it's-
great. I also I was listening to a podcast. I think it was The Town, and Matt Bellany was talking about how Bob Iger from Disney was
Mhm.
saying that they're gonna just ditch the shows. That
Yeah.
the shows weren't adding anything to the canon.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think that's a good call because like the TV shows just kind of, I mean, WandaVision was sick and Loki
is
was
incredible.
cool.
I liked Loki a lot.
Loki was sick.
Don't get me wrong,
It was better than WandaVision.
but
I
also
think-
like, do you need like a whole ass TV show to be added to the other shit you have to watch in order to be informed with the
Well,
next movie that comes out?
That's what
you know?
I thought was cool about Loki is like it's its own thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't tie
Okay.
into anything.
I only
Loki
watched
was an
season
awesome
1.
setup to the Deadpool and Wolverine movie.
Did it? Did it? Oh yeah, because
Yeah,
the TVA
they
and stuff.
Wait,
established the TVA
Deadpool and
really
Wolverine.
heavily
Is that a
in Loki.
Yeah, that's
That's
part of the.
Disney, right?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think everything. Yeah,
Okay. And not Sony.
no, not
Okay.
Sony.
Okay. So that was
No,
another one that
because
was bad.
X-Men was Fox, and then Disney bought Fox as well, which is why there's going to be X-Men in
Doomsday.
Doomsday.
Yeah, that's what I've been seeing
Which
too. A lot of
is
OG
interesting.
Fox X-Men are coming over to Doomsday, which
Yeah.
would be really exciting
And
to
then
see.
that's at the end of Deadpool Wolverine, they did kind of that love letter to Fox in the credits. Like the credits are just like behind the scenes of like the old movies and all that stuff. And I thought
that's cool.
that was cool.
Yeah, I never saw that one. I heard it wasn't like that great compared to the other Deadpools.
I liked it a lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah, I thought
was
it was
a good
very
film.
cool.
Okay.
yeah. There was some awesome,
Misinformed.
some awesome characters in it.
Okay.
Channing Tatum is
Oh,
so sick.
he
in
is
that.
such a just a star in that.
I'm about to make a name for myself today.
Was he like a big part of the movie or more like a cameo?
No, a cameo, but
yeah.
he's gonna be in
Doomsday.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Which is
He's a
like-
good cameo.
he's
Great
so
cameo.
good. In every cameo he
Do
makes.
you
Have
remember his
seen him?
cameo in Bullet Train? His
Yes.
cameo in Bullet Train is
Yeah.
So funny.
So good.
Is that a sex thing? Or
Yeah,
Brad Pitt or
yeah.
whatever? Yeah, that's
He also had a really hypersexual cameo in what movie was that? This Is the End. Have you seen that?
I haven't seen
Yeah.
that.
Wait, I don't remember him in that movie though.
He's like the
Oh.
sex dog. Like
Oh,
who's like on a
wait.
leash.
Yeah,
And like
yeah,
in
yeah,
all
yeah.
leather, and then he reveals his mask, and it's Channing Tatum.
I
It's
think
like,
I
"What's up,
remember
guys?"
that.
It was awesome, dude. It was so funny.
It's been a while. It's a little blurry, and I've never watched that movie sober, so I can't.
I've never
remember.
seen that movie.
Really?
I'd like to.
Oh,
It's really funny.
dude. That's
I'd like
a
to
fun
watch it
one.
with my
Yeah.
friends. at some
That's a
point.
cozy one.
Yeah.
That one makes me happy.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Sounds fun. Sounds nice.
It makes Michael real
Also,
happy.
the Hateful Eight. You remember his cameo in that movie?
I never
haven't
saw
seen
it.
that.
I haven't seen it.
What?
You always told me to skip it. You're like, it's not my favorite Tarantino.
I don't remember saying that.
Yeah, you're like, it's not really my favorite Tarantino movie, so I've never watched it.
Well,
doesn't
I
make it
remember
cozy.
saying that, but I never said never watch this movie.
Well, because you were so meh about it, I've never
My
put anything-
least favorite Tarantino is better than like 90% of the shit that comes out. I'm just saying.
Okay.
You should see it.
Okay. Well, you've never said that.
Okay.
You've never told me like
Okay,
you
fair
should
enough.
watch The Hateful Eight.
Fair enough. Well, you should watch it, and I recommend watching the 4-part miniseries on Netflix instead of the regular movie.
Okay.
I think it's better.
Okay.
But
That sounds cool.
yeah, it's really cool, and I'm sorry
Break
I
it into
ruined
chunks?
the cameo for you. But
Yeah. I mean, what's the point of even watching the miniseries at this point?
you know what? You're right. Don't watch it.
Oh, I'm gonna watch it. What are we talking about? Thunderbolts?
I think so.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah.
Damn it.
What were some highlights to you guys for this movie?
Go for it.
Oh, that was a
Spiral
big
door.
gasp.
Yeah. One of my favorite moments, highlights, was Sebastian Stan's entrance. I think it was like his
Yeah.
his
It was,
second halfway entrance.
it was his
kinda.
action entrance.
His action
Yeah.
entrance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
And then-
one they just had so much fun with. That
Badass entrance.
so badass. Like there's like pointless badassness that was so cool.
Yeah.
Like not like when I say pointless badass, like they did some extra stuff just to like throw in some extra badass, and I'm
Almost
like,
like
I
it's
was
like
eating it up.
almost like it's like a movie.
Yeah, exactly.
I just saw this twinkle in Sean's eye
Yeah,
when
yeah.
he was explaining that, and it reminded me a lot of the guy in the theater with us.
yeah.
I know exactly what's happening.
I've seen this.
Yeah.
I've read about this.
I agree, though. That was one of the dopest entrances for a character ever.
Yeah.
It was really reminiscent of like the cinematography in like old westerns with people
Yeah.
riding horses and
Uh-huh.
shit.
Yeah.
It was
absolutely.
so bad.
Yeah.
And
That
they
was
were
fun.
like in the middle of the desert.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So sick.
They also did a fun trope. I don't know if you remember, but the beginning of his entrance, Florence Pugh is like gonna start attacking the Humvees that are coming, and she gets out of the thing and she shoots her pistol, and it like hits one of the Humvees, and then the Humvee explodes, and she like looks at her gun like what?
Yeah.
And then it's like revealed that it was
Yeah.
actually Sebastian Stan's character.
Yeah, it was a cool
Awesome
Winter Soldier.
comedic beat.
That's a really fun comedic beat.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Yeah. I agree.
That was cool. What else?
That got me.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
also like, what the f-? I'm like in the audience like, what?
Well, looking at your gun that you brought into the
yeah,
movie
look at
theater.
my gun. I was like, what?
Yeah.
What? This could do that?
I thought this thing was on safety.
You guys here know that this could do that?
Violence in movie theaters is not funny.
Oh, sorry.
It really isn't.
Yeah.
I promise.
Yeah.
Yes. Awesome. What about you?
Unfortunately, I feel like they didn't like carry the rest of that energy with the Winter Soldier.
Mm.
Pretty lackluster for his character, at least.
Is that what he's formally referenced as? Is Bucky the? I'm sorry. I'm Not as
Have you seen The Winter Soldier?
I have.
That's crazy, dude. To be honest,
I had COVID
that's crazy, dude.
when I watched it.
That's crazy. I'm actually
COVID,
a little
the mind
upset.
loss.
I'm sorry.
I'm a little upset.
I'm sorry.
I'm not the biggest Marvel dude. I
Yeah.
have enjoyed the series.
Yeah,
There's some standouts. One of those standouts is Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
It's one of the
Yeah.
best
I think it's
ones.
one of the
sick.
best Marvel movies ever made,
I mean, it's up there.
and he is the Winter Soldier.
It's one of the better ones. I'm just so out of touch with the Marvel universe, and
Yeah.
I know him the most as Bucky. So that threw me off.
Yeah, this
Gotcha.
guy probably doesn't even know the summer soldier, the fall soldier.
Yeah, dude. You just keep rolling those out
Yeah.
that spiral door, dude.
Yeah, damn. Dude, one day we'll get through all those doors.
Yeah, so many seasoned soldiers.
They
go through all of them.
It's their next Marvel TV
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
Season Soldier. What was a highlight for you?
For me, the villain for sure, because
Yeah.
the villain has been so like whatever. I love that it was complex, and I love when they make a character just so powerful, and it
Yeah.
seems like impossible to defeat that person. So I was stoked on that.
Is that
Yeah.
why your favorite DC boy is Superman?
Yeah, I guess he's not a villain.
Yeah, it's just What? Yeah,
Well, depends.
depends what movie you're watching.
I mean, if my car just got like chunked in the air to be a weapon to kill
Ooh.
some alien, I might see Superman as a villain.
Yeah.
Which is a compelling story. Yeah.
Yeah.
Throw
I
up
like
a
that.
protest
write
sign
that.
or something.
We should write, yeah.
It's just a guy in the world that Superman's in who just keeps
Dude,
getting
that's
his,
a hilarious
his stuff
ending
wrecked.
to a sketch.
Yeah.
or setup. Superman threw my car at a at a kaiju or something.
I feel like it's been done before, but I don't know.
That would be a great 48 superhero
Oh,
edition.
yeah.
Is
That'd be
like
fun. Yeah.
just one superhero like disaster affecting one citizen
Yeah, that'd be good.
as an inciting incident. Darn.
First, he threw my car at a kaiju, and then he slept with my wife.
Yeah, that's good.
This guy's bad.
Yeah. Very The Boys kind
Yeah.
of thing. Yeah.
And
So-
he probably did it better than me, Superman. Superman.
Rock hard. I'm always soft. Blue Chew.
Oh, that's your sponsor for today.
We're looking for sponsors.
Just making like kryptonite condoms.
yeah.
So
You fool.
obviously
Sorry.
this new Marvel movie is a successful one comparatively to some of the others.
Let me look up some numbers here.
I mean, yeah, for like compared to other movies, for sure.
Yeah.
Successful. Compared to other Marvels, like it's not at 2 billion or anything yet, but
Right.
it's generally successful. And I would say critically, like, it's successful. Do you guys think that Marvel has the capacity to make more blockbusters on the same level as Endgame and Infinity War?
I think we're seeing the start of them coming back to their roots.
Mm-hmm.
And if they continue to set up stuff like the way they're setting it up, I think Doomsday could be another like huge one.
I was thinking that. Yeah, Doomsday, I feel like, has the potential to get a lot of butts and seats.
Because like they're teasing movies that are actually going to come out. There's
Yeah.
been a ton of post-credit scenes for Marvel movies that are teasing nothing, or like a project that just got canceled, or like
yeah.
like there's a clear path now that people can get excited for. And I think that's one of the reasons why the original saga like generated so much hype. Because you're like, you see an end credit scene and you're like, yes, that's going to happen next. And that's what we're seeing right now.
Yeah.
And I think that's really cool.
Interesting.
So
Oh,
yeah,
that's awesome.
I think so.
I mean, it excites me. I'm really excited for the new Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The trailer is super cool. I love the style they're going
Yeah.
for.
Great cast too.
The
Yeah.
vintage vibe.
Yeah.
Now, this is always like, I mean, this is an old, conversation, but like I always think when I think of blockbuster superhero movies, I always go back to The Dark Knight. because I mean, to me, that is the best, the creme de la creme of superhero movies.
That movie's insane, man.
It's so good.
Yeah, I love. Well, I wouldn't say. I mean, I really liked Endgame. Like, I had such a fun time.
Mhm.
That's not my normal type of movie that I
Yeah.
like, but I don't know. Do you guys think that they're on the same level?
No, I mean I don't personally. I think
Yeah.
they're just different films.
Mm-hmm.
The obviously the big ensemble is awesome,
Yeah.
and to like I want to see more like grounded stories with superheroes, and that's why I think Batman relates to so many people, is because he is just a dude that has like a lot of money and like all this stuff. It's just a more grounded story overall.
Yeah.
But that being said, I think the ensemble stuff is cool and
Mhm.
it gets people going. But
Yeah. for
me
sure.
personally, I think the like more singular focused on one character or a couple characters is more compelling to me.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that's what always attracted me the most about Spider-Man.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Which
that-
I feel like Disney kind of ungrounded him a little bit with the last two movies, which I still thoroughly enjoyed
They
a
were
lot.
bigger thing.
But, like,
Homecoming is
Homecoming
awesome.
was perfect.
Yep.
Like that
Yeah.
to me, that is probably my favorite Marvel film, I think.
I love that film.
Yeah.
And for the same
Slaps.
reasons that I love The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
It's like one character's plight with good antagonists, great twists and turns.
Oh yeah, the twist.
It's
in that
awesome.
one.
And the
And
turns.
it's so simple too.
Yeah.
Nice, like a spiral door. Lots of twists and turns on a spiral door.
I hate how this is a callback now.
So good.
Because now he has to keep it in.
Yeah, I have to keep it in.
But yeah, like it's such a simple twist of like a normal human interaction.
Yeah.
It's not like going to space or like any of this stuff, which is cool. And movies can deliver that on a cool level. But
For sure. Yeah.
for me, I don't know.
Yeah.
I like a little tighter, a little bit tighter. Because bringing it back to Thunderbolts, there are some characters in the ensemble that you just kind of forget are there. You're like, oh yeah, that person's there.
Mhm.
And then you're just like, I don't know, they can't focus on everybody. There's so
Yeah.
many people in the movie. You
A
have
lot
to
of 'em.
put a backseat to somebody.
Yeah, very true. Which, yeah, I felt like unfortunately some characters were focused on more than others, and
Yeah.
some were just kind of like, I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. It was a good movie though, and I'm glad it came out.
Yeah.
I'm glad it got people in the theaters. Like, I think at the end of the day, like, if you asked me like 5 years ago when I was such a pretentious little prick about movies, I'd be like, but I think as long as a movie is just bringing people in the theater, like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah,
win.
even that
Definitely.
10:20 p.m. showing had like a lot of people
On a Thursday.
on a Thursday.
It was opening
Oh, yeah.
weekend.
That's true.
And like usually, I mean, when I was seeing Marvel movies when they were in the heyday, like the Thursday premieres were huge.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was cool to see people in the theater, but also at the same time, I was like, wish there was more people.
You know what we don't have anymore, which is great, but also like it separated the real ones from the fake ones. Is I remember with Spider-Man 3 when that came out, the Tobey Maguire one.
Mm-hmm.
I was so stoked as a little kid, and I had to beg my parents to go opening night so
Mhm.
that I could see it. But you didn't have the pay ahead shit. You didn't have the Regal app. You had to stand in line and hope that you got a ticket,
Yeah.
and hope that you and your family can sit together. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
like-
it's just way too convenient now.
It is.
You're guaranteed a seat, and it's like way more efficient.
It's too convenient.
You don't gotta work for
It
it.
has to be. It's like really easy to go see a movie,
Yeah.
which is what we want.
Yeah. But there's always that feeling of like earning it, that you
Sure.
just don't have anymore. Like when the theater, because it's competitive, right?
Yeah.
So like the theaters would legit be full,
Mm-hmm.
and you'd have to get there early so you didn't get like the front row seats. you
Right.
know?
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a little thing about that.
It's a weird dichotomy because now, with streaming and all this stuff, we have less people in the theaters. I mean, we see a movie every week, so we got a pretty good gauge on who's going to the movies.
Yeah,
and it's not a lot of people, and that's sad.
And usually,
it's the best way to see a movie. It's awesome.
Yeah. And usually when we see a movie, there's somebody in front of us that stands up when it's done and says, well, that was weird. That was weird.
Death of a unicorn.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm hopeful for movies. I think this summer is kind of an insanely stacked slate of movies. Yeah. We have Mission Impossible.
Oh, so excited.
We have, this might be on the lower tier of blockbusters, but Friendship is coming out.
Yeah.
So excited for that.
Stoked in my mind.
We have a new Jurassic Park, which I just heard the other day was shot on film.
Yeah.
Which I still don't know if I believe that or not, but interesting.
The Scarlett Johansson one?
Yeah.
I still just don't care at all.
No, I don't either.
I don't care at all.
I really
about
don't.
That film.
Yeah. I don't either.
Unfortunately,
but we might watch it.
No, I know. Yeah. That's the job, right?
That's the job. I guess we have to get up. Go to work.
Watch
Clock in.
Yeah.
We have the new Superman.
That I'm very stoked
28 days later.
Formula One.
I was just going to say.
Yeah. I love that. Also 28 years later.
Oh, 28 years later.
Was shot on the iPhone 15.
Yeah.
This one, which is really cool.
Yeah, that's crazy.
With a lot of other stuff on it.
Yeah.
Lenses and stuff.
Oh my God, yeah.
But cool, it's cool.
The camera package BTS.
Yeah, it's huge.
Insane.
Yeah.
Here's a clip.
I told you. 3 strikes.
That was your 3rd strike.
I'm editing a new friend in your place.
Oh, who's it gonna be?
I'm just kidding. I love you. But I'm not going to do any of that.
Really weird. Real. Thunderbolts did 91 million domestically, 86 million internationally, and 177 million worldwide.
Nice.
Add it up.
Interesting.
That's 177 million. Is that added up?
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what these Trump tariffs will do to international box office.
Somebody's getting political.
Somebody's getting political. No, but and I was also listening to The Town and Matt Bellany. It was a really interesting podcast, and they were talking about the Trump tariffs and the potential cause and effect of that.
Yeah.
And one of them is, if we're gonna if this tariff, which they had some really good insight, and it's like, what does that even mean? Like, you can't physically tariff, a movie.
Mm-hmm.
But if that means the drastic measure of blocking any foreign film from being input to, America, that then our international box office is going to completely dwindle because nobody's going to want to watch our films anymore either, So we'll see what happens.
Only time will tell at this point.
Yeah.
That could screw some of the Marvels.
It could.
It's because Marvels are huge internationally.
They rely on that
86 million.
That's pretty good numbers.
That's great numbers, yeah.
If that's
Maybe, I don't know.
I wouldn't mind 86 million in my pocket.
If that's what this tariff is about, there's a potential it could literally dismantle what they're planning with Marvel.
Yeah.
Because you need this one to feed into the doomsday pocket, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Crazy.
Well, who do you guys think this movie's for? I mean, I already fucking know, but
I already got this one in the bag.
But I figure I'd just ask you guys.
Thanks for including us in your podcast, Michael.
Marvel fans, superhero fans.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep. Do you think this is a Marvel that maybe somebody who's not as inclined to watch a Marvel can enjoy?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'd say so. That's the worst answer.
Yeah.
I think
it's did you guys see Mark Zuckerberg with Theo Vaughn?
No. That sounds crazy.
The worst interview I've ever seen in my life. Not on Theo Vaughn, but
of course. Theo Vaughn's is running his own show.
Yeah. asked Mark Zuckerberg about coffee. And then he just gets like real like particular about it. And
he's like,
just weird.
No.
Yeah.
I don't drink coffee.
Yeah, you know, man, I just like, you ever see a squirrel out there and you just like, I could kick that squirrel.
But should I kick it or should I make a friend of it? Because if I walk up to it, put it on my arm, maybe they'll carry around with me for the rest of the day.
So the new Meta glasses are like, where do I go from here?
Just not listening to the conversation at all. Getting back on track, I feel like this one can be enjoyed by many people, but I feel like it does require you to kind of just get past like the dumbed down dialogue.
Yeah,
because there's some real lobotomy writing in this.
But most people won't notice that, dude. I think the general public doesn't really pick up on that stuff sometimes.
You know what? I think this is interesting. And I think it's something that is like a big shift in our culture.
Mm-hmm.
Is one of the big cause and effects of COVID that I don't think a lot of us realize is that a lot of people watch movies. Like that was kind of one of the main outlets of entertainment during COVID, right? And obviously TV. But I feel like especially with A24, like there were so many people just like watching good movies and starting to like kind of familiarize themselves with like actually decent movies that there's a little more criticism now in the audience realm, you know?
That's cool.
Then why does Sinners have so much hype?
I mean,
whoa!
I think
that was crazy.
I still think Sinners is a really good movie.
Yeah, no, me too.
I just,
but it's plagued with the same eye roll moments that I had in Thunderbolts.
Yep,
It like almost has
completely
exactly
agree.
the same.
100%.
Like Sinners and Thunderbolts, I eye rolled, I think, the same amount of times.
Yep,
At just like dumb lines.
100% agree.
But then there was also moments in those films, both of them, that I was like, wow, that's unique.
Yeah,
That's new, and I like it.
I would still give the edge to Sinners as far as which movie is better, because obviously like
I would rewatch Sinners over Thunderbolts.
Yeah, you know, it had like an auteur feel to it.
Yes, definitely.
Where Thunderbolts definitely feels like it's in the manufactured Marvel universe, you know, which is fine. But yeah, I completely agree. There's a lot of writing in Sinners that just did not go well for me. I don't know.
Same. Yeah.
Still a good movie, but yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting stuff.
Yeah.
I do feel like people though are starting to notice more.
Okay.
Especially with like just cheap dialogue, because I also feel like a lot of people, there's a lot of hate with Hallmark movies. Like that's just kind of become a thing, you know?
Really? What are you seeing this?
I don't know. I'm just kidding. No, I just feel like in general, like they're kind of memed.
Hallmark movies have been memed for so many years.
I feel like that hasn't
I don't
changed
think
at
that
all.
is like a resurgence of
but
people saying
what
that
I'm
about
saying
Hallmark
is like
movies.
people are like comparing other movies to that now. Like that's almost like a point of comparison.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Like
Where-
they're like it felt kind of Hallmark. Is that
Yeah,
that what you're saying?
felt Hallmarky.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I feel like this movie had some Hallmarky moments for sure.
Yeah, dude. The can we get into spoilers? Can we
Yeah,
talk about
let's
some?
get into spoilers.
Let's switch on over, huh?
This is a spoiler warning. Consider yourself warned.
The line with the new Captain America, or like the evil Captain America, where it's like talking about, they already set up really well that his family left him and his wife took his kid. And the guy's just like, or it's Bucky, it's Sebastian Stan. It's just like, just because your wife and your kid left you doesn't mean you could like do this kind of thing. Just like so obvious, like just in case you guys didn't know from the previous scene that they just set up.
Yeah.
His wife and his kid left him, and that's why he's mean.
Just in case you didn't see from the fucking montage we showed you 5 minutes ago, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
His wife and kid left him, and they're gonna leave you too if you don't fucking pay attention. That's how it feels.
Well, and that's like this is one of the problems with making a superhero movie about villains. Like in all of the other media, you need to make the villains hate. You need to hate the villain. But when you bring this like group together, you now need to take away that like lore and concepts that you made to make them relatable so that you can root for them. And I think that a lot of times isn't handled that well.
Well, they weren't like, there was only like a couple of them who were like actually
That guy
like,
murdered
villain.
somebody in cold blood in the middle of a street.
Yeah, but he also saved other people.
Right, yeah. But they take the edge away. Yeah. They took the edge away, though.
It's like the Kyle Rittenhouse of superheroes.
I did like how flawed the new Captain America was with like the whole
New Captain America.
Oh, Captain America.
Are you hyping up for Lilo and Stitch?
Like, yeah, he was flawed, but like in the show, because I watched the first season of that show,
Which show was it again?
Captain America, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I believe.
There it is.
There it is. Yeah. And like he like has edge and complexity, and in this movie, he literally felt like just the comic relief, and that's like it took away all the compelling parts of his character, and especially like showing us the montage and then that dumb line.
Yeah.
That it was just like, oh, we have to try to get you to like this guy now.
Yeah. Well,
And
I
don't know.
as somebody who does not keep up with all the Marvel shit
Yeah.
and not seeing that show, his character was so fucking out of left field for me.
Yeah.
Like, one, did not care about him at all. Two, was just a weird tone in the movie for me.
Yeah.
Not having any context about, what he did in prior movies or TV shows.
And it was a different tone.
Yeah.
That's why it took me out of it too. I was like, wait, this guy's just like a goofball now.
But the other thing for me is like they're trying to sow the seed, right? Plant that whole thing with his kid and wife to make you like identify with him and feel for him. But I did not, dude. I was like,
well, they
yeah,
showed
that
him in
guy's
a terrible
fucking-
light. Like they didn't. I don't think in that scene they tried to make him look good at all. They were like, "Oh, this guy is an asshole. Here is proof of that."
But that's the problem with these kind of movies.
The line though, when they bring the line, I feel like that's a moment where they're trying to pull you in.
Yeah, and it doesn't
because
work.
It's supposed to like hit everybody at their down moments, and you're just kind of like, well,
yeah, he brought that on
fuck
himself.
That guy.
Yeah, this guy's still a piece of shit. Like,
Yeah.
there was no save the cat moment for him until later in the film.
Yeah.
And that's like where it's tough to deal. It's tough to take villains and get you to care about them when you have set something up, or like, I don't know. It's just like it's hard to pull off. I think Suicide Squad, the second one that James Gunn did, they did a good job of like
The
taking
revisionist.
taking these villains and still they all had edge.
Yeah.
And like they were still bad.
Mm.
But then when they had to come together to like for a common thing, they set up the character moments way better where you still identified with them, but they were still doing like horrible things. Like, it's just tough. And especially since they were setting these guys up as the new Avengers, just seemed weird.
Yeah, actually, the more we're talking about this movie, I'm realizing that this movie, for me, has one of the best Marvel villains as well as one of the worst. Which is what's her name
I don't
in the
remember.
movie? Like, she's the president, right?
No, she's
A political figure, but not the president.
she owns a company.
It's just a mysterious political.
She's
figure.
like a Raytheon or something, like a government funded weapons manufacturer.
Got it.
But she's doing it with like superheroes and like the powers and stuff.
Okay, that makes a little more sense.
She is.
I thought she was the Red Hulk's replacement.
Valentina.
Valentina.
Yeah.
Awful character. Just
Not the best.
awful.
Yeah.
I think that was where the movie was its laziest.
Yeah.
If they had really like sunk their teeth into her character, developed her a little more, gave her a little more edge.
Yeah.
And not just like trying to make her this like weirdly witty. I don't even know what her tone was.
Just didn't buy the tone at all. Whatever it was they were trying to do, I was just not like what is it? Well, who is she?
Yeah.
What are her motivations? Like her motivations are kind of clear, but
And her assistant the whole time, like, was her facial expressions. She was not trying to hide to Valentina, and I feel like it was just super clear from Valentina's perspective that she was going to turn on her. But there was no like payoff to that, or like she just was blind to that.
Yeah,
I like the assistant character. I felt like it was like
kind of tropey.
I mean, very tropey. Yeah, don't get me wrong. But I feel like the thing that was hard for me to suspend my disbelief, why can't I say that? Suspension of disbelief was really hard to tune into when she is like trying to get Bob to be on her side. Because it was so apparent that she's a piece of shit and that she just tried to kill him and like a bunch of other people. Yeah. And like, why the fuck would you trust her? Yeah. That part really annoyed me because Bob is such a well-written character. Yeah. And to me is a very, like he has emotional intelligence and that did not track for his character in that moment. Right. Like, yeah.
Oh, I agree 100%.
Yeah.
He was my favorite part of the film.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Bob.
Let's talk about Bob.
Let's get Bob out of the way. And why he's such an awesome character.
One, Lewis Pullman, I think one of the best actors working right now. I think
name some other actors you like.
Barry Keoghan.
Nice. All right, we can move on.
Yeah. You crushed it.
Barry Keoghan. I just think he has a really good nuance to his acting. Like every single role I've seen him in, he's not over the edge. He's not downplaying it in any way. He's like always perfect. Yeah. Taking the character very seriously. And I feel like that's what these Marvel villains really need is somebody taking the role seriously and not having somebody goofy, like a fucking Red Hulk.
Or like he doesn't ever have any like comedic beats that aren't his character. Like he has lines and stuff that we think are funny, but he's not like nodding to the camera and winking. Where a lot of lines in Marvel movies are like, we're doing this line for the audience. Yeah. And it's like off character. Like the weird Captain America guy. Yeah. Like he had a lot of moments where it's just obvious character or comic relief. And it doesn't fit his character at all. No. But like he was on point. Like any like little comedic moment felt like it should be coming from that character.
Yeah. You know what he feels like? Feels like a fastball. That's what he feels like. Compared to just going to a fucking...
You don't play baseball. What are you talking about?
Hold on a second, mister.
You're going to bring this one around?
He's that bad.
Yeah, I was bringing it around. Prepare to get it brought around.
All right, I'm ready.
Have you ever gone to, like range and you're just hitting balls and they're just launching at you at like a very consistent, predictable pace? Mm-hmm. That's what weird Captain America guy felt like. Like you were expecting, we're going to get a line in like 5 minutes for him to just like keep us, having fun or whatever. But Lewis Pullman as an actor, like anytime he has a line, it's coming straight at you, and it's unpredictable. It's fun, keeps you on your seat, on the edge of your seat,
like a curveball.
I tried to make something out of
with the words you're saying, but I don't understand. I don't get it.
Like a knuckleball.
Yeah. Like one of those
little unpredictable,
a little curveball. Yeah,
that's what I said earlier.
He's on the outfield.
You don't know baseball at all.
He's on the outfield ready for those catches.
Just catching those balls, dude.
Ready
Have you
for
ever watched a baseball game
Yeah,
ever?
I have. And I feel like I just threw out a lot of legit terms that make sense.
Did throw out a lot of legit
Yeah.
terms, but I don't know if it made any sense at all.
Well, what I'm trying to say is I was trying to, agree with you that
just agree with you that like he's running the bases, ready to rear in for home plate.
Yeah, no, yeah.
he's not predictable. He's exciting when he's on camera.
like a curveball.
Yeah. Or
Yeah,
fastball.
like bases loaded.
I feel
what
like
is he gonna
fastballs
do?
are predictable. That's like one of the things.
yeah, but
The
they're-
knuckleball is the one that kind of moves a little
That's
bit.
that's
Oh,
why I said
shit.
that. That was
maybe that's where there's a flaw in this metaphor.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, maybe that's where it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what you're trying to say.
Well, let's get back on track.
Yeah. So
we're leaving those metaphors in the dugout.
he's like, that's awesome, dude. Oh yeah,
That was good.
that was good.
That was a brain blast.
Yeah, brain blast. I don't know if it was a brain blast.
Very nice.
Maybe not a brain blast.
Yeah, for sure. Like a spiral door or something. So he's like he has all the powers. I like that they set him up like he has like more powers than all of the Avengers previously or whatever. Just something. And we get a really cool scene where we get to see him use all those powers.
Him just destroy the entire team.
Yeah.
Like not even trying easily.
I love that scene.
It was fun.
Yeah, that's
very
so
cool
sick.
demonstration of power.
I also
But
love the when they're in the desert and he figures out the power that he has like unintentionally trying to kill himself.
Yeah,
That was a powerful scene.
love that.
All the
Great.
bullets like shooting at him and then
Yeah.
he just launches into the sky.
Yeah.
Incredible.
So awesome. And that's not where it ends. They bring it farther. It's so cool.
Where do they bring him?
Where do they go? Well, he's depressed.
Mhm.
And they've set that up beautifully this whole movie. He doesn't feel like he belongs. He doesn't feel like he's good enough.
Like he's got a void inside of him.
He's got this void, this darkness.
Yeah.
And they try to kill him with the like kill switch that he has in his head, and he just turns real dark.
Brings out the void.
Gets real dark. And now he's this whole other villain that it seems even more terrifying than just like the regular Sentry version of him. you know?
Yeah.
Or like, yeah. And now he can he's just all dark, completely in shadow, which is so sick from a visual perspective. And then he can just like push people. They just turn into shadows.
Yeah.
And he pushes
Which
them
sends them into their darkest memories.
Sick.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
The
Really
scene of
awesome
Florence
concept.
Pugh going through all of her like darkest memories was so cool, and just
Yeah.
breaking through those.
Yeah.
This is the one thing I'll say. I think
This is the one thing.
Then it's done?
this is the one thing
Okay.
I'll say
Okay.
about that.
Okay, got it.
I think there are a lot of
Thank God. Because we still have more to talk about.
yeah. Don't worry.
Okay, good.
I got a lot of stuff.
All right. Just making sure.
I think the one thing about that sequence to me is that everybody's like vision or like darkness or whatever is really cool, except for Bob himself, because I feel like that's where the anchor should really be with those scenes.
Yeah.
And I felt like they kind of just like breezed by, you know what I mean? Like you just get like a little scene of what's obviously his dad at a dinner table, like, you know, maybe about to beat him or something like that. But
Seems pretty traumatic.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's like beating his mom.
Terrible
Yeah.
parent struggles.
but do
that-
you connect to it the same way that you connect to Florence Pugh's?
No.
Well, that's because that was his only hiding spot that he stayed in.
Yeah,
So that's
which-
he locked himself into that spot where his parents are like getting
He
beaten
did.
and
Yeah, he
fighting
did
outside.
say he found.
So that
the
was his only
quietest-
safe place.
Yeah,
I wasn't
which is-
ever confused about that. I just think it's not as powerful.
We should have seen the other rooms, is what you're saying.
well,
His other
I-
room?
His other rooms. Yeah.
what I hope they do moving forward with him as a character, because obviously he's going to play another part, and I have a
very
feeling
excited.
he's going to have a big part
Yeah.
coming up.
I hope.
Yeah, there's a lot of things they could do with that character. I hope they go a little bit more into his backstory so that you can really emotionally connect with that.
Yes.
Because I think visually you see that he's sad and you know that they're writing him that way. But do you feel it the same way that you see like Florence Pugh's vision, you know?
Yeah.
I hope that they make that stronger moving forward.
I
just
agree.
remembered another one of the parts that really stuck out to me that I loved was I forgot his name, but the dad, who the super dad, what's his name?
Red
Red Cannon,
Crusader.
Red Crusader.
Oh fuck!
Damn it.
I'll just call him Red.
What would you like about him?
Where Red, the void starts
David Harbour.
murking everybody, and then
Alexi.
Red sees the little girl about to get crushed by this one fallen building chunk. Falling building chunk. Is that'll work?
That's a good band name.
About to crush this girl. He runs over, saves her, and then she just gets like it seems like it's so happy, like he just saved the day. She just gets destroyed by the void.
Just murked
Yeah.
right away.
I loved that.
That was
Yeah.
so funny.
I also
I think
loved-
we were the only ones laughing in the theater.
so hard.
Yeah.
I think
Everyone
the
else
guy
was like,
next
"Oh,
to us
no."
was like emotionally invested.
Everyone was like,
oh
the little girl, did she just die?
she's in a dark place.
But
I know what's going on. She's in a dark place now. Oh my god.
what's also funny, she, the little girl, spent the longest time in her darkest memory.
Yeah. She was like the first one.
Yeah, she was the first one
She was
to go.
the first one and the last one to come back. I wish when she came back she was just shell shocked.
Yeah. Just not happy at all. Just traumatized for life.
That's awesome.
I love the like audio cue too, because you don't see her right away. You just hear "mommy."
Yeah.
And then like whip pans over there. And you're just like,
And then a shadow
Yeah.
around her.
But that was an example of just a cool new fresh take on
Yeah.
that because you see the setup, you're like, okay, yeah, he's gonna save her, and then just complete like surprise. That was great. That was awesome.
Favorite shot in this movie, and potentially one of my favorite shots of any movie this whole year, is seeing in that scene the guy that had the building chunk lodged against his car door so he couldn't get out of his car. So stupid. It's so funny. It's like
The shadow's coming for me.
buddy. You have more doors in your car.
That are going the other direction.
Yeah,
Of the
without
thing.
building chunks.
yeah. Without building chunks and the shadow coming towards you.
Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah. Well, I love the way they left Bob's character because
Yep.
he comes back from the void.
Yep.
And the rest of New York is saved because the shadow goes away. And now you set up that he is this depressed guy still that is unsure about himself, but he's extremely powerful.
Yep.
But in order to use the powers that he has to go closer to the darkness.
Yeah.
And that is so cool.
Yep.
Because it could get out of control so fast. But you still think he's so powerful that you might need to use him. It's just awesome the way they set that character up. I loved it. That was great.
And at the end where the team is all around him, showing him love, but I feel like if we need to use him, we could just get him to his dark side.
Yeah.
He got a secret weapon.
I feel like Fantastic Four is going to be the movie to set up the villain for Doomsday. And then Doomsday is going to be the movie where Bob fucking saves the whole world.
We'll see. The cast is so huge.
I know. But
we'll see.
The way he was set up as a character, it's like he's going to be around. He's definitely going to be comedy relief, I think. And, some of the scenes, because towards the end, he was like kind of funny, But I think they're going to use him.
I hope so. I hope so. He's one of the most compelling characters now.
And it has to be a really, opportune time to use him. Like, they're not just going to use him for anything.
Yeah.
And if they don't do that, then Jesus Christ, Marvel.
Yeah,
Big miss.
I'm hoping they,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I wonder, what else it would take to get him to that spot. Like, is he going to have to get shot again? Because that's what happened the first time. I feel like
He didn't get shot. He got the kill switch in his head.
Well, no, I'm talking about when he was going out the very first time to save himself. To save everyone else by doing like a murder-suicide where they all shot him.
Yeah,
and then that's when he finally realized his powers. I feel like they might do in the future something like, you remember Thor Ragnarok, where the Hulk as Mark Ruffalo, he's like, watch this, I'll save him, and then he jumps out of the plane and then he just lands on the bridge and just looks like he's dead, like he didn't turn into the Hulk and just got hurt real bad. I feel like they might do something similar where he
I hope they don't do that.
yeah, maybe
Thor
not.
Ragnarok I did not like at all.
You didn't like it at all?
No.
Interesting.
Tonally, there was no threat. Because everything was a joke, there's no villain. There's no stakes.
I don't know. I thought the Goddess of Death was pretty spooky.
Oh,
No.
Yeah, she sucked.
Yeah.
She was killing people.
Matt Damon. I mean, come on.
Also great.
Hey, man.
Keep getting calls from my girlfriend. I wonder what she's...
This place is like a movie theater. No girlfriends.
She text you
Just
anything?
kidding.
Oh, she said 911. Our house is flooding. Help.
I think overall, I'm very excited to see where they take this because they have set up these really compelling characters, especially the Void or Lewis Pullman's character.
Yeah.
And I was very excited to see the end credit scene be the Fantastic Four ship. And it's just cool to see that they're like, yep, this movie's happening. And then you get to look forward to this movie that's coming out soon.
Yeah.
And then I'm hoping we'll get some marketing for the next Avengers, Doomsday. And I'm hoping it's just cool if they just lead into each other like it used to happen. And there's projects that are already in the works. And we're not just like, oh, there's a thing that we're excited for. And then it just gets canceled and it never happens.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I'm excited too. I mean, I personally in my life don't have enough time to binge TV shows. So this is kind of the closest that I get to it.
Yeah.
I get a movie every few months or something. I like that. And I hope that they stay consistent with, how well it's made.
Yeah.
Because this one was enjoyable. And this one kind of brought me back into the idea of okay, yeah, maybe I will see the next Marvel movie that comes out.
Definitely.
Yeah. Overall, pretty stoked.
Yeah, stoked. I'm hopeful.
Me too.
Hopeful.
Yeah. Well, why don't we wrap this bad boy up?
Let's wrap this bad boy up.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching today. Next week, we're gonna watch a little movie called Hurry Up Tomorrow.
Hurry Up Tomorrow. By the weekend.
Well,
I mean, the weekend's in it.
The weekend.
With the weekend. I've already listened to the whole album of the Hurry Up Tomorrow album.
And
I liked it. I saved a couple songs off of it.
I need to listen to it.
It's a little bit more cinematic.
Okay.
So it's I'm like, is it going to tie in at all? Are they going to use that as the soundtrack?
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what will happen, but the trailers are very intriguing. And it looks like it's filmed pretty artsy, which I like.
Yeah, I really like Trey Edward Schultz as a
you said
director.
You liked
made
Waves. Yeah.
Waves is incredible.
I got to see Waves.
One of the really underrated movies, especially in A24's catalog. He also made a good horror movie called It Comes at Night.
Cool.
Also A24, also somewhat underrated. Yeah, I'm really excited for that movie.
Awesome.
Yeah. So tune in next week. In the meantime, you can follow us on Instagram at Boys Meet Film. You can follow me on Letterboxd at mschnee. You can follow this guy on Letterboxd,
Maximus Newhan.
And don't forget to subscribe, ring the bell, and tune in next week. Bye. Folks.